It's become one of the most celebrated cultural events of the year in all of Indianapolis. We're talking about the Meet the Artist exhibit featuring works of locally prominent African American artists here at Central Library, beginning on January 26th and continuing through March. There's also the big free public gala event to be held on February 13th, a Saturday night, here at Central Library from 5 to 10 p.m. With us to talk about this year's big event is one of the participating artists, Andre Parnell, along with fashion show coordinator Coco Cuffey. But first, let's talk with the longtime curator of Meet the Artists, Tony Radford. Tony, this is the 28th year of Meet the Artists.
Yes, sir.
How has this event grown? Why has it become so popular?
It's just grown in volumes, man, since the first show. I mean, we started out with maybe 125 people. Our biggest door count was 2,889 people at our 20th anniversary. Last year we had 1,800 plus.
Central Library truly becomes transformed during that evening.
Truly becomes transformed. We use the whole building. When you come through the front door, you're going to have art in the old part of the building. There's art, and then all 5 floors are going to be art on each floor. Very talented local artists here in Indianapolis.
Now, talk about this year's art exhibit itself. How many participating artists do we have, and what's the theme generally?
Well, there's no theme. We just always use Meet the Artists, but we have 20 local talented artists that will participate this year.
Representing a variety of mediums.
A variety of mediums, from painting to sculpture to mixed media, watercolor, just the whole gamut, jewelry, just a little bit of everything, something for everybody.
And it's free and open to the public during regular Central Library hours. Now, a quick word about the gala on February 13th. Something for everybody that night.
Something for everybody. We've got gospel, we've got drummers, we have all kind of entertainment and workshops for youth. We have spoken word artists. We have just a variety of things going on. Greg Bacon will be our featured musician, and our headline event of the evening will be the fashion show.
Oh yes, and we have somebody here to talk about
Yes.
that, Coco Cuffey. Let's first, though, talk to one of the participating artists, Andre Parnell. This is your first go with Meet the Artist, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes,
What does it mean to you to be part of this event?
It means everything to me. I started out my career mainly focused on my painting and illustrations, but I've since shifted to commercial art. So now this is kind of a reinvention of Andre Parnell. I'm kind of coming out and really swimming with the young folks.
Oh,
For the most
okay.
part, yeah.
So give us an example or a description of the kinds of art that you'll have on display during the exhibit.
Well, I would say the work that kind of typifies who Andre is right now would be my black and white work. I have quite a few crosshatch sort of illustrations, but I think my new movement has been to go into the painting and really bring the color forefront.
Now, what does it mean to have an exhibit of this stature throughout Indianapolis, especially for the African American art community, to have such exposure during a month or 2 month long event such as this?
Oh, it's wonderful. I think there are so many, there's a variety of events here in the city. They're starting to really open up for young artists and new artists, but this is it's an event. It's a real affair that you can really get your arms around. They've been very welcoming to me. It's a family. It seems like I'm being adopted into this family.
Well, that's great.
Great artist.
We look forward to seeing your works and the works of the other 19 artists, part of the Meet the Artist exhibit here at Central Library from January 26th through March. And you mentioned the big event, the gala, on February 13th, and the fashion show. You have a comment first.
Yes. Don't want to forget, first Friday in March, we'll also have a big First Friday where you can talk one-on-one with the artists and designers. and be able to purchase some things. And we got DJ refreshments, so come out and check that out.
Coco Cuffey, you're this year's fashion show coordinator. What have you got lined up for people this year?
Well, this year I brought to the board an idea of a marriage, per se, with the designer that normally participates in the show, alongside the artist. So the artist and the designer work together this year. There will be 10 collections that will hit the runway, and they will consist of wearable art. So the theme for the fashion show this year is the 7 elements of art meet fashion.
And is this something you do full time? Are you a fashion expert?
I'm a fashionista, I guess you might want to call me. I've been a hairstylist in Indianapolis for plus 20 years, and also in the fashion industry a good 10 years strong. And I've had the opportunity to participate behind the scenes, and then last year I was actually allowed to be on the runway with a collection. And so this year I will be the coordinator. So it's grown
Exciting.
each time that I participated, alongside of trying to create the vision that Tony has to really exemplify art.
And in terms of the models that you attract to participate, where do they come from?
Well, all over the city. So this year we're not going to have the move over New York type of model. So it will be more concentrated on the runway, so people can actually get the visual of what the art consists of between the designer and the artist.
Okay, Coco Cuffey, who's the fashion show coordinator, Andre Parnell, one of the participating artists, and a final word from Tony Radford, who's the curator of Meet the Artist. First of all, we want to reiterate this is a presentation of the library's African American History Committee, so I know there's a lot of work that goes into this. Give us a sense of how soon you start planning each year's event.
Probably about a week after the exhibit comes down. We start. Actually, I'm working on 2017 already. I have several artists that's interested, a few authors, and a couple of bands that have contacted me. So we got a file. We'll check them out and get ready for 2017. Next year, this time, we'll be working on the 30th anniversary.
Isn't that amazing? Well, it's truly a great cultural event for the entire city, and we've talked about it. Central Library hosts about 2,000 to 2,500 people on gala night. So we encourage you to visit Central Library throughout the run of the exhibit, January 26th through the month of March, to view the actual works, and then gala night on Saturday, February 13th from 5 to 10. Thank you and best of luck during the run of this year's Meet the Artists.